Hello, hello, hello. So this is the fourth week of November, so the end of November, and this week's book review that I am doing is a book by Gisele Bündchen or Gisele Bündchen, however you pronounce it. The book is called Lessons: My Path to a Meaningful Life, and all I have to say is I rated this book a 5 because there were a lot of good. So this is supposed to be a biography, I think, but it reads more like a memoir, self-help book, or a book full of tips and ideas. And so to start off with, the book is basically chronicles Giselle's career in modeling from, I think she said she started when she was like 16 until she was, I think the book goes on until she had her second child. And so Gisele discusses how, her life growing up in Brazil, I think south of Brazil, in Horizontina, and just growing up in a household full of women. And her dad was like a gentle, sensitive man who was interested in music, was very entrepreneurial, and her mom was like very driven, more of the masculine energy, very driven, hardworking. She worked at a bank, and she was raised with 5 other young ladies in the house. And she was just, the family that she came from was a very normal family, a humble family, humble background that she came from. And then she got discovered in Sao Paulo at a mall, and that's when her career, started. And she was just saying, based on the things that she saw growing up and being a model at 16, her life could have gone any different types of way because she saw women or young ladies in that field who got lost and strayed from a path of success, and instead got involved in drugs and other stuff. And she was just saying how, like, she was more of an athletic build. She wasn't really like a typical model at that time, but I guess the modeling industry was changing, and she was known for her breast, her big boobs, and then her athletic frame. But then she was also known for being a wonderful model to work with because she was very the word for it is she was just very accommodating and very accepting and very, just not a complicated person. Whatever she was told to do, she did. So the photographers loved working with her, the makeup people, the designers. Like, she was hardworking. She said she was disciplined. And I think the book started off with her going into discipline and how she just felt like she was just naturally disciplined. And then, it just got better with time. And then, so my favorite part of the book is actually her take on nature, on Mother Nature, and how she sees nature as this beautiful, embracing mother who gives us everything that we need. And I really love that part about the book. And also, Gisele talks about her marriage to Tom Brady, raising her kids, giving birth naturally. She gives some great tips and advice on how to take care of yourself, like how to eat healthy. How to eat healthy, but what she does to eat healthy and stay healthy and active. And then in the book, she said that she tries lots of activities. She said she did kung fu, but all of this started, she also mentioned that at one point, because she was always smoking, on the go, just a busy life on the go. It was coffee to stimulate her, it was wine at night to calm her down so she can go to sleep, get up the next day, do the same thing. And then she said, like, she was basically in a rat race and she didn't want to continue her life that way, so she started making changes. And I think in the book there was a moment when she had a panic attack, or like a severe anxiety panic attack, and she was thinking about jumping off of a balcony of her home or something, of her apartment in New York. And then from then on, like, she kind of took this spiral into the spiritual realm, and doing meditation, yoga, eating better, just taking care of herself overall, embracing Mother Nature, being out in nature. And what else? I mean, the book is a very well written book. It's very easy to read. It took me about 9 days of reading it for like 20 minutes or so. But I really enjoyed reading the book. And this book right here, minus all of the modeling parts, or the career and her career modeling, like if I were to ever write a book, it would probably sound something like this, because there's a lot of wisdom in this book about just living a peaceful, happy, healthy lifestyle. And that is what I really got out of the book. That was my takeaway. That's what I enjoyed the most about this book. And so I'm going to put my ratings on Goodread, but definitely a 5. And the story behind how I found this book is I was in the library to pick up another book, and I ended up stumbling on this book. I saw it, and I'm not really a fan of anyone in the modeling industry because it's not my interest. But when I saw this book, I was just like, why not get the book? So I got it, and I thought maybe I'd read like one chapter and see what it's about. But I really enjoyed reading this book. I really enjoyed savoring a lot of the tips. And I mean, she's a humble person. She lives a semi-normal lifestyle, but you know, people with money can better do things to better their time. So like, for example, she might have a cook, she has a house cleaner, etc. And going back to the activities that I was saying, one of the interesting ones that I thought was that she tried piloting. So she said she did all of her lessons while she was pregnant with her son, her first child, and she did a lot of piloting lessons, but she couldn't get her license because she didn't do one of the major lesson, which was to do an emergency landing, because they didn't agree on it. And then she said she tried kung fu and surfing, which is something that I've always wanted to try. And what else? Just, I mean, she likes learning new things. She likes doing new activities. The book is great. Get it. That's all I have to say. So really enjoyed it.